As of Tuesday, the 14th of January 2020, and over a decade after its release to manufacturing, Microsoft Windows 7 is no longer officially supported by Microsoft. This means that users running any version of Windows 7, other than volume licensed Professional and Enterprise editions, which will receive paid extended security updates until the 10th of January 2023, will no longer receive free security patches through Windows Update. Windows 7 was born out of the poor public reception to its predecessor, Windows Vista. Vista was the outcome of the longest Windows development process in history, taking altogether around 5 years from start to finish. Along the way, an influx of new and ambitious features by Microsoft developers, without the proper testing or stabilisation, birthed a bloated, buggy mess. This led to Vista's development starting afresh in 2005, with a strong focus on system stability. Upon its eventual release, however, Vista was plagued by compatibility issues, lack of support from PC manufacturers, and extremely high system requirements that many consumers did not already have and simply could not afford. Therefore, the majority of consumers and businesses alike opted to stick for the more reliable and less resource-heavy Windows XP, despite the unquestionable appeal of Vista's new Windows Aero visual style. And while Vista significantly stabilised with the release of Service Packs 1 and 2 in February 2008 and April 2009 respectively, to most people the damage had already been done, and Vista was ultimately unable to shake off its tarnished reputation. Enter Windows 7. Microsoft set out to fix Windows Vista's lacklustre commercial performance with a new release of Windows, intended to focus on fixing many of the gripes that users had experienced with Windows Vista. In July 2007, 6 months following the release of Vista, it was reported that the next version of Windows, codenamed 7, was planned to be released within 3 years, and would focus on performance and compatibility improvements, as well as being more user-centric, according to Bill Gates. In October 2008, it was announced that Windows 7 would be the final name of the operating system, a surprise move and the first time that a code name for a Windows release had also become its final name. The reason for choosing this name was given as this would be the 7th major release of Windows, which actually it wasn't, go figure. The most up-to-date version of Windows 7 is Service Pack 1, which arrived on the 22nd of February 2011, around 6 months before the release of the controversial Windows 8, which ditched many of Windows 7's popular features such as the Start button and menu, and Windows' classic visual style. Windows 7 received no more service packs after Service Pack 1, and from the 14th of January 2015, it moved into what is known as its extended support phase. During this time, it has received no feature updates and instead only important security updates in accordance with Microsoft's Windows Lifecycle policy. And so, officially at least, the curtain has finally closed on Windows 7, and it's time for the operating system to gracefully retire. Unlike the demise of Windows Vista in 2017, the end of support for Windows 7 has gone far from unnoticed, and will affect a much greater proportion of computer users, with an estimated 25% of desktop computers still running the operating system, mine included. Windows 7 has served us well over the last decade and more, and as one of the most popular, loved and celebrated versions of Windows, I am sure its story is far, far from over. However, officially at least, goodbye Windows 7, and thanks for the memories.